What's good, y'all? So, as y'all know, the Surviving R. Kelly came back out at the beginning of the year, much like it did last year for 2019. And it basically, the first episode was just basically giving a rundown of what we already known. And then the second episode was really mostly about his very first victim, um, Tiffany. I want to get her name right. Uh, Tiffany Hawkins, who wanted to be a singer, and she kind of had her small shot and her small opportunity with that with Aaliyah, but we're going to get to that in a minute. Like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe. Make sure y'all hit that bell, become the notification gang. And if y'all really rock with my channel like y'all say y'all do, y'all already know the formality. Please watch those ads. Y'all, I really didn't want to get up here and talk about this. I did not want to review it. I kept putting it on Twitter and YouTube, my YouTube stories and making posts on whether or not I really wanted to do it. Mainly because the man is already in jail. There's nothing more or less that we can do to him at this point. So it's like, what's really the point of having another R. Kelly segment? Bringing up new girls, bringing up new allegations when there's really nothing else more that we can do to him than what we've already done. But because I have more yeses to do the reviews than no's, that's the reason why I'm going on ahead and try to give y'all the best review that I possibly can. It's gonna I might flip flop back and forth between the episodes, but y'all will be alright. Both parts was called The Reckoning. The first part was called It Hasn't Stopped, and the second part was called The Settlement. It Hasn't Stopped basically was talking about Faith Rogers, who bought her, was Faith Rogers as well as her parents. Her dad is a pastor, which makes her mom a first lady, and I also think that she has other daughters too. And Faith was talking about how as soon as he started pulling all of his controlling ways, that alone was enough to make her leave, and I'm glad she did. Scotty, because me and him, we converse back and forth with each other over the phone and also on YouTube as well as Twitter. And Scotty made a really good point yesterday when he mentioned her parents. Huge shout out goes to Faith for one, and her parents as well. Faith won't down for the yin yang, and neither was her parents. Her mom and her daddy said, "Oh no, ma'am, you will not do to our daughter what you done to the rest of these women out here. They went to go and get their child," and I was all here for that. Like, my whole thing is, this is another reason why I really didn't feel the need to really want to do a review, because I understand us blaming R. Kelly. Ultimately, it's R. Kelly's fault. Had he never been doing what it was that he was doing, we would not have this situation now. Totally get it. But I'm under this belief. When are we going to blame the parents? You understand what I'm saying? Had most of those parents did what Faith parents did with her, we probably wouldn't even be dealing with this for as long as we've dealt with it. You understand what I'm saying? And again, I'm not excusing what R. Kelly did. But y'all know me. This is giving you the real tea. I play devil's advocate and I see both sides. The same way we could sit up and blame R. Kelly, dick him down to the ground, Kelly, we need to also be blaming a lot of these parents that knew what was going on, but because there was cash flow being funneled to them, they decided to keep their silence. And now all of a sudden, when he done went to jail, and we have Surviving R. Kelly part 1 and 2, and then all of these parents want to sit here and act like he victimized their kids. Girl, y'all bought y'all kids to him to be victimized, so y'all can kill it with all like anyway, because I'm about to get upset. Anyway, Faith talks about how she will receive a lot of threatening letters, a lot of threatening emails or phone calls, how other women will come to her and say, hey, listen, I got a Snapchat of you nude. I got a DM of you nude. I got pictures or videos of you sucking his Diaga and yeah. And my whole thing with that, like as a woman, why would you even want to do that to another woman or put that out about another woman when you're a woman? It's a lot of psychological manipulation that's going on with R. Kelly. I really want to know what his zodiac sign is. I don't care too much to try to look it up because I really could right now. But I want y'all to drop down in the comments and tell me what his zodiac sign is. I honestly think he's a Virgo. Only Virgos can get away with playing all of these mind games the way that they are. Y'all know Virgo, y'all good. The mind games. Like, it's just ridiculous. It's damn ridiculous. Then we had to deal with Bruce Kelly. Lord knows, I don't know why we had to do. We already had to endorse Snaggletooth last year rather. Now we have to deal with him again. He and his lies. Girl, I'm starting to think the only reason why he even got up here to say half of the nonsense that he got up here and said, probably because he cutting off a deal. Maybe if you do this, you could shave off some of my time or something. Because I'm just not understanding Bruce's reason for being up here on this show at all. Now, I actually went up for Carrie, the other brother Carrie. I went up for him a lot, and we're going to get to that in a minute. But Bruce, girl, hang yourself down to the hole. Do us all the favor. And yeah, I said it and I meant it. They talk about how during the screening that there was some type of gun threat and the screening had got shut down and people was being scared for their lives and this and that. Like, it's a lot. These two white women. Let me get on y'all bitches for a minute. Hold on, I gotta take a shot off y'all so I can calm down. Because if I don't, YouTube gonna get me. And for your info, it is 12:56 p.m., girl. I can have a lousy shot if I want one in the afternoon. Them two, see, that's what I mean about a lot of these dirty-ass white women. So long as there's a coin being involved, they're going to put up with the nonsense. And these two white hoes, like, they really rubbed me all in the wrong areas. All in the wrong areas. Like, do y'all hoes not realize that you're going to be mothers one day if you're not already, and 50-50 chance that you're going to be dealing with a daughter or a son or both if you have multiples? I keep trying to tell y'all. I told my best friend this when I was down there. Your sins and your karma don't always fall on you. They fall on your kids. And for y'all two women to sit up here and try to make it seem like everybody is making up lies on the men, especially considering the fact about the personal assistant. So you knew what he was doing and what he had going on. You knew firsthand. Shout out to Portia Williams. You knew firsthand what he was doing, but because you was getting green, because that's all that y'all care about, you just decided to keep it on the hush-hush, or keep it on the down-down, or keep it on the DL. But then you want to sit your old pasty Charlotte Webb-looking ass up here on Lifetime, trying to sit up here and play on our intelligence as if everybody else is around here lying on this man. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. I really hope y'all don't get hired anywhere else. And I really hope that if and when you do have kids, that they don't go through half of what Faith and Tiffany and Aaliyah and all of the other real victims had to go through. And speaking of the real victims, I got two people to get on again. Asante and Kitty Box. I don't feel no ounce of empathy or sympathy for either one of you overgrown bitches, because y'all were old enough, especially, I think it was Kitty, was it Kitty or Asante? One of y'all two was radio personalities and you interviewed him. So y'all knew firsthand what was going on, what he was doing, what he was about, all of the allegations, and y'all still laid down with the man just to say that you laid down with Robert Kelly. But now you want to get up here on the TV thinking that you're going to play us into making us believe that y'all are some type of victims. I'm not hearing it for you. I don't want no victim coming up here talking about they was in their mid to late 20s, early 30s when they got with him and then they became victims. I don't want to hear it. Much like Andrea Kelly. Girl, I don't want to see you up here no more. Because you knew firsthand what the flying hell he was doing. And not only did you stay with that man, you married him and you had babies by him. So I'm not understanding why you up here either. I swear to God, Andrea, Kitty, and Asante, y'all bills must be backed up. That has to be the only reason why y'all up here trying to give us this. Because I'm completely confused and bewildered as to how y'all are going to sit up knowing what was going on, but you steady wanted to be with this man. And because he played all up in your kitty box and in your butt, and that was just way too much for y'all, now y'all want to get up here and act like you victims? See, see, y'all are the reason why a lot of people around here just aren't believing the real victims like Tiffany and Faith and Aaliyah and all of the rest of the real victims that was 14, 15, 16 being laid down by this man. Y'all two was over the age of 21 when y'all first laid down with him. Get out of here with that. Just made me mad. Excuse me, y'all. Surviving the Lies. Media page comes out. Them two dirty ass white women trying to act like they don't know who did that. Girl, bye. I honestly, because I know how a lot of y'all are. Y'all are very crafty. I'm more than sure if you didn't do it, you had an inkling as to what was going on and y'all was all down for it because y'all was so worried about this instead of worrying about what's in here and what's up here. Y'all gonna have what y'all have coming to y'all. I did not like them at all. Neither one of them. I didn't like them. So we get down to the part 2 with Tiffany Hawkins. She was the very first person to sue R. Kelly and as well as other 3 labels for negligence. Out of everybody, I felt the most horrible for Faith because unlike everybody else, she wasn't even sexually attracted to him. She wasn't attracted to him visually. She was comfortable with being like a little sister to him. She never wanted to have sex with him. But see, that's what happens when these guys, they prey on your intelligence and they prey on the things that you want. He knew the only thing that girl wanted to do was sing. And the only way that she could sing was if he fondled around with her, playing with her breasts, and then messed around and started having sex with her. And now it's to the point where she can sing, but because of what happened to her, her voice is gone. Like I felt like he stole one of the most precious things from her, which is her voice. I honestly believe that she had a beautiful voice. Tiffany talked about how her and Aaliyah were basically best friends. She was in Aaliyah's music video. She sung background in a lot of Aaliyah's songs off of her first album. And she also knew what was going on between her and R. Kelly. And if you looked at the pictures with R. Kelly and Aaliyah, like she looked like she was drugged. Like she looked like she was drugged, or she had to be drunk to be around him, or she had to be high to be around him. Like if y'all look at all of the pictures that they shown of the two of them together, Aaliyah did not look happy. She did not look happy. She looked like this was something that she felt that she had to do to get to where it is that she wants. And it's really sad because when you have talent, you don't need to do all of that because your gimmick is your talent. And Aaliyah was very talented. Miss Girl had an angelic voice on her. She didn't have to sleep with R. Kelly or get married to him at a young age to get to the point of where she got into before she tragically died. This is why I want to talk about it, because it's really making me upset. Then we hear about Ebony Wilkins, who told her story. And she said that she was 14 or 15 years old the first time he had sex with her, but then he dogged her out, making her feel like she was special and making her feel like she was the only one, but then to turn around and she talked about how he just bent over a whole nother girl in front of her face and started having sex with her. And I get it. at the age of 14, 15, and you finally have sex for the first time, and you have it with an older man, but then you have it with the older man who's a celebrity, who's well known, who's a hit maker, and he makes you feel like you're somebody, but then turn around and does some backhanded, underhanded, nasty, common, despicable, like he won't raise with a mama situation like that. I felt really horrible for her. I did. I felt bad for her. Dame Dash, maybe your intentions were good, but I don't want to see you coming back here discussing anything about Aaliyah ever again. I honestly feel like you're doing this in an attempt to prove to people that you really had this closeness or this love affair with Aaliyah as you say that you do. And I honestly feel like a lot of people don't believe it because I was the main one that didn't believe it. I ain't never seen you with her. I ain't never hear you talk about her. I ain't never hear her talk about you. And like, it was just too much. You act like you wanted to turn up on the interviewer because he was trying to correct you on the age. Yes, we all know 14 and 15 is the same damn thing, but who cares? They want to get their stuff right for the interview, for the purpose of the documentary. It's stuff like that that makes me question your authenticness when it comes to, and then you have the nerve to show up there with that ugly ass French bulldog. Like, if your purpose was to come up here and really speak on behalf of the girl that you say that you love so much, you could have left out all of the attitude, all of the theatrics and pageantry and pomp and circumstances. Listen. Honestly, I honestly feel like you really only got your ass up here because they was paying you, and I heard that you owed a lot of people. That's really what I think is going on with you. I don't feel as though Dame Dash is the right representative to speak for Aaliyah. I felt like Tiffany should have been the only one to sit up and talk about anything dealing with Aaliyah because she was there. She was there. She knew what was going on. She lived it right along with her. I don't want to see his ass up there no more. I don't. Tiffany talks about how she was pregnant, but she didn't know whether it was his baby or another baby. She calls him, and this Negro gonna tell her, I don't know what you telling me for. You need to handle it because you and I both know that ain't my baby. Now I got to go get on stage. Tell me that you love me. What? Say, huh? Who? The nerve. The nerve and the unmitigated gall. And it was after that Tiffany said, oh, you got me messed up. So back in 96, Tiffany filed a civil lawsuit against R. Kelly and 3 other record labels for negligence, and she settled on an offer for $250,000. Now listen, Tiffany. $250,000 is not enough for all of my years, tears, and fears of dealing with this damn man. At least the girl that was in the tape, I think they said that she settled for $2 million. Her and her family settled somewhere around $2 million. Like, girl, you should have been up in the $1 million ranges. Quiet as it's kept, you should have went up to the $1 billion ranges, considering the fact that you wasn't even attracted to his non-knowing how to read illiterate ass. Child. Then, getting back on the sex tape, Carrie was talking about how R. Kelly was trying to bribe him into taking the fall, saying that it was him in the sex tape and not R. Kelly. And I'm so glad Carrie had the wherewithal, the capacity, the heart, and the mindset to know that all money ain't good money. And your money is not enough to sit here and make me sell my soul to the devil and be sitting here and get crucified and be labeled as a predator, a child abuser, and sex trafficking and simply because you don't know how to keep your dick in your... And the main thing that bothers me, because I'm ending it right here before I really get upset. The main thing that bothers me the most about R. Kelly, which is why I can't have no sympathy for him. Now, I do feel bad that he was touched all between his legs and in his butt by people in his family from the time he was 17, he was 14. I get all of that. But my whole thing with abusers is, you know firsthand the pain, the trauma, the constant nightmares, and the fears that you had to go through. Why would you then get older, and instead of stopping the abuse, letting it start with you, you want to continue on the cycle? I never understood that with these pedophiles who know what it's like to go through something like that. Do I think R. Kelly has some type of mental disabilities? I do, because he don't even know how to read. So I do. I do think mentally he's gone. He's gone. He's out. Girl, his brain right there. I see it floating. It's just sad. It's sad. It's unfortunate. God bless all of the real victims of R. Kelly. God bless the families of the real victims of R. Kelly. And I really hope R. Kelly get the kind of help that he needs. Like, even though he's in jail, yeah, I want him in jail and I want him in there for a while. But I also want him to get some type of mental evaluation, some type of counseling, some type of therapy, shock treatment. Like, he needs something. Like, somebody with some type of licensing and psychology really needs to go around there and do some intense therapy with R. Kelly. I feel if he's in jail and he gets the help that he needs, maybe he could be cured of what he got going on. But girl, I just doubt it. I doubt it and I don't see it. It's been going on for way too long. Way too long. But y'all, that's all I got. I ain't got no more to give you. Y'all drop down in the comments. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about the episode. It comes back on again tonight. It's up in the air on whether I'm going to watch it or not. And it's definitely up in the air if I'm going to give y'all a review on it or not. But I will let y'all know ahead of time. And until next time, my T-subs and squad, I'm going to let y'all later, girl. Bye.
I just woke up and I rolled up. I just woke up and I rolled up. And I got my plane ticket. That kush, that be my starter kit. I just woke up and